Well, folks, it is package day, and got something pretty hefty here. So I'm quite excited to break into this and see what it might be. So let's start penetrating into that box, that priority flat rate box. I'll try to do this clean, make a clean cut this time, unlike usual. You know what? Screw the clean cut. Let's just break in there. Oh my gosh, this thing is actually taped with some of that fiberglass tape, and so I guess I can't just use elbow grease. I'm gonna have to do this the proper way. And I'm okay with that, I guess, but it's not ideal. Okay, finally, I was able to kind of break into that. Wow, this thing is heavy. Is there anything else in there? No, just some extra padding for that extra protection. I'm definitely going to be saving this bubble wrap. I love recycling, and I have a whole station here where I recycle all of this stuff because I like to send packages out frequently. I'm always selling stuff on eBay, and just a little bit about that, by the way. There's a strategy behind that, right? It's not that like I'm selling silver because I'm panic selling silver. No, it's just that my stack is very compartmentalized, and so as you may or may not know, I've said it a few times. I have a very big base stack of fractional bullion, and so I do like to stack those combi bars, and I also resell combi bars because a lot of people, for a lot of people on a tight budget, even stacking an ounce at a time is difficult, and so there's people who like to stack consistently, and so stacking grams is a great alternative, right? And so um, you know, the more the smaller the denomination of your silver or metals, the more liquid it is, and so the higher the premium will come with that. So people always kind of complain about the premium for fractional, but you're paying that premium because it's fractional, and so that's I guess what people don't understand. And so that's just the point that I wanted to make about fractional. That's why I pay what I do for fractional, and there's people who love to just and I usually sell it around cost just to kind of as a way to kind of bring people to my store because a lot of people just would like to stack those 2 grams, and that's fine, right? If you can get them at a decent price, then that's fine. And so I try to be very competitive with my pricing of grams. I basically have the lowest price. It's kind of like a loss leader, one could say. But I just want to be able to provide that opportunity for people who are just kind of on a tight budget, trying to just stack, right? So that's why, I love selling fractional silver. I love stacking fractional silver for my own purposes. I'm always looking for nice, cool fractional stuff to add to my stack. Adding fracks to the stack. So, anyways, so that's usually the type of stuff that I'm trying to sell. I also try to sell stuff that I might have a lot of, or stuff that I might have over leveraged in that I wasn't, not fully filling. So those are the kind of the things that I like to sell, and so the reason I started selling is because there's this guy that I watch, Silver Slayer. He's a pretty cool dude actually, and if you watch him, he knows kind of what he's talking about. He's got a pretty good following too. I think around 55,000 subscribers or whatever. But I just like watching him sometimes because he actually has a pretty good handle on the subjects that he talks about, and he's pretty well informed. He likes to read a lot of articles and he likes to stay clued up. But anyways, he was kind of going on a lot about how you really need to practice selling your silver, right? And he has he's an entrepreneur. That dude, he's got he tries to do he's always trying to start new businesses, new side hustles and stuff like that, and you got to respect the hustle, right? And so what he was kind of saying, and I really actually agreed with him, was that you should start practicing selling your silver now, right? And so that's why I try to tell you like what it is that I try to do when it comes to like selling, because that that money that I just used to buy more Engelhards or more vintage, right? Um, Everybody stacks differently, right? Some people are stacking constitutional, some people are stacking fractional, some people are stacking vintage, some people are stacking collectibles, some people are stacking modern collectibles, old collectibles, some people are stacking bulk bars, generic, industrial bars, paper stocks, combination of everything. So whatever that may be, everybody has their own thing that they want to stack. And so sometimes I stack stuff that I am not sentimentally attached to, like my vintage silver. I'm very sentimentally attached to that. But sometimes I'll just grab some silver that I'm not sentimentally attached to, make sure I have a nice amount of it, something that is highly desirable, that people want, that's actual has actual utility. That's why you see me aping all that Star Wars stuff too. It's not that I'm a huge Star Wars fan. In fact, I actually don't like Star Wars that much. I fall asleep during the movies when I go see them with my significant other. But you know, it is what it is. I acknowledge that a lot of people like Star Wars, right? And so it's good to stack stuff that people like. Um, and so this, I'm very excited because I actually picked up a nice big old stack of 1981s. Um, sorry, 1980s. I already have a big stack of 1981s, and so this is just more to add to the stack. And so, um, I like to stack dents. I can't stress it enough. And when I say I like to stack dents, I say I like to stack dents because I like to stack dents, and there's nothing more to it, right? And so these are my A marks that are the 1980s, and these are the 1981s. And so let's just do another quick stacking. I just don't know how we can't. Let's see how thick of a stack. Let's do stacks of threes. Maybe we could start with stacks of threes and see what this looks like. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, there we go. A nice little stacker. A nice little stacker video. I'm wondering, like, I don't know, like, I wonder how many, of these A-Mark bars, like, people have. I know Silverstripe loves, stacking these, and I know he said he likes to fill up tubes, so I'm just wondering, like, I don't remember how many even came in a tube. I think Stack That Gold was saying that these A-Marks, came in, like, tubes of 15, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure if it was him who said that. I think it was him that said that, and I think that he seemed pretty accurate. He seemed like pretty sure about that. So stacks of 15, I guess, is what they used to come in. I haven't seen like an original tube, I guess, of the A-Marks. So I'm not exactly sure what the original tube looks like. But that would be kind of cool, to grab an original tube. Like I got some Engelhard Prospector original tubes, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm quite excited that I have those. So I don't know. Maybe what we could do is actually in the middle. we can actually create a tower of 1980s, and then that way we've got a cool little design that we can do. So let's try that. I mean, if you've got stackable bars and you're not stacking them, then you're doing it wrong, you know. That's part of the fun, that's part of the thrill, and so if, you know, after we've done this unboxing, we might as well have some more fun. I mean, this is what you guys would do, is it not? This is what you guys and gals would do? Would you not stack these if you had them, right? So I'm just doing what you would do. I'm trying to pretend like, you know, we're all here hanging out together, and you know, you'd be like, hey SBS, can you wanna try just, you know, stacking these deep? I'll be like, yeah, heck yeah I do. And you know, I promised Bob that I was going to do a deeper dive on these, and I think, you know, I would be here forever if I was trying to look at the details, fine details of each one of these bars. And so I think instead of doing that, I'm going to leave it at this, and I'll let this thing rotate. This is very interesting. It's very, very fun to watch this, and I'm very excited that we did this together. You'll have a nice stack of 1980s there in the middle, and that's got the oval logo, and then you've got nothing but 1981 surrounding that with that beautiful AM logo. I'm very, very excited about this. I'm very excited to be able to do this, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed this. Alright folks, Silver Bar Stacker here, and I just wanted to go through a quick video here, doing a quick analysis and deeper dive on some of my A-Mark stackers. The chunky stackers, I've gone through. I want to thank Jimmy Two-Tone for informing me that the 1981 A-Mark chunky stackers are actually highly varying from bar to bar. So thank you, Jimmy Two-Tone, for letting me know about this. I had no idea, and actually I went through and I gifted a 1981 out to one of you know, the channel family members, and I really hope whoever I sent that to can let me know what's on the bars, just so we have it logged, because me and Bob W, we are really trying to take an inventory of these A-Marks to ensure that we have kind of a good understanding of the different rarities and just any information. We really just want to be kind of like a museum, or you know, taking inventory of everything and just making sure that we understand everything there is to understand about what it is that we're collecting. Okay, and so I did have a chance to kind of organize my stack of A-Marks that I have so far, and I did have a chance to kind of take a look and see what kind of variations that we're looking at. And so this first stack of bars here that we're looking at here in the frame is actually my 1981 A-Marks. And so I've stacked these, any duplicates I've kind of stacked on top of one another, just so we can see all the differing kind of, this is not really a representative of the rarities, but really just a representative understanding of kind of what I have. And so I've kind of organized these into 3 different rows, and the reason I've done that is because on these 1981s here on the left, Jimmy Two-Tone is what he was telling me that they're highly varying, and so he's actually absolutely right. This is not something I realized before, but if you actually look at these numbers here, take a close look there, you see that A19190S, and so there's 3 rows of characters there, is what I came to find out. And so these 3 rows of characters, the first and the last are going to be letters. They're all consistently A and S. And then that center number is going to be, you know, here I've got a huge stack of 192s. Maybe I got those all from the same person. Maybe this has to do with when they were minted, the order that they were minted in, the mint numbers, I'm not sure. But there's definitely duplicates of these. So it's not just a unique, number per bar, that's for sure. Because there's very, very many that have the A1925 stamp. I've only got one here that has the A190S. I've only got one A189S. I don't have any A191Ss. And so now, because I'm very OCD, I'm going to have to go and keep an eye out for some A191Ss, or if somebody has one, maybe I'll trade you a 192S for a 191S, right? So then you've got a humongous gap here. Now, first of all, I can't even tell, is that a 189 or is that a 169? That's the first thing we got to find out, right? So I'm gonna need to get a magnifying glass or a bit of camera because I can't tell. I'm gonna assume it's a 189, but it kind of almost looks like a 169. And then I've got a huge gap here. Regardless, there's a huge gap here. We go straight down to A172, and I do happen to have a couple of those, and I've got 3 of what's the next one? 171, and then over here 167. So there's another gap there between 167 and 171, and over here you got a 166. And so who knows if it goes on further? I'm sure it does, and I'm sure maybe the lower you go, the more uncommon they are. I'm not sure. Maybe the harder they are to get, the lower you go. Who knows? I'm not sure about that. And so now, what I said there was that there was 3 rows of characters. There's the letter, the 3 numbers, and the letter. Now over here, I found a variation, and this seems to be the most uncommon, at least based off of my stack. And this is just 2 rows of characters. There's no initial letter there, so there's no A there. You've just got the S on the bottom and then that 3-digit number. And for these ones, I've got a 194S and I've got a 193S. I've got a couple of those 194S's, actually 3 of them, and just a single 193S, and that's it. That's it for the 2 rows. Now up here, you've got just the single digits. There's no A prefix, there's no S suffix, it's just a single digit. And so I've got a big stack here of 193s. So if you recall, there's a 193S, and then over here you've got just a straight 193. Over here you've got a 192. There's no 191s. And again, no 191. So somebody's hoarding these 191s. SBS wants some of those 191s, that's for dang sure. Then we got a huge stack of 190s. And then, a small stack here of 189s. And then we got nothing from earlier. So maybe the lower you go, maybe they don't exist, or maybe somebody's got them and they're, and then who knows about the higher numbers? Who knows how high it goes? Now this stack right here is my stack of actually ovals. And so I'm wondering here, ovals, well, Jimmy Two-Tone was just talking about the 1981s being different, but actually the 1980s are slightly different as well. I haven't noticed a high variation. I've only noticed that there's 3 rows on both, but these rows do vary. So we got an A151S, and then meanwhile over here you got an A157S, and so we've got a nice big old gap here to fill up the 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, and then you get to 157. So who knows how big these gaps are. Bob W. and I are definitely going to be taking inventory of anybody who's got these. Please do provide me with any information that you can, kind of, now that you have an understanding of how I went through and did this research. If you got a 1981 A-Mark ingot with that AM logo on it, then please try to email me at silverbarstacker@gmail.com, or hit up Bob W on Instagram. Please just provide one of us with any information you can about the bars that you have. It would be really helpful. No rush, no pressure. We're here for a while, but we're really just trying to take inventory of all of these varying types of A-Mark chunky stacker bars, and it would just be great, whatever help you can provide us with. The community together, working together, will make us, smarter. We'll improve our knowledge base by that. So thanks for tuning in here. I appreciate everybody tuning into this extended video, kind of call of action video, but appreciate you sticking around, and thanks for doing this research with me. And please do provide us with any information that you can in the comments, even, right? No, don't worry even about emailing me. Just drop whatever info you can in the comments, and that would be really helpful for us as well. That way everybody has it. I don't need the information personally. As long as you can provide it publicly, me and Bob will be able to see whatever information you can provide. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a good one.